So today we're going to be going over 6 tips and tricks that you can use to discover your signature scent. You hear this term thrown around all the time, signature scent, everyday fragrance, that sort of thing. And essentially what it is a fragrance or maybe a couple of fragrances that you can wear any day, for any time, for any situation, just for anything. It doesn't matter what you're going to go do. These types of fragrances will work for anything. They are super low maintenance, low effort. You just pick it up, spray it on, and you're good to go do literally whatever you want. Not all fragrances are like this. Some are a bit harder to pull off in certain situations than others, so it's nice to have a few of these scents around in your collection. And on the other hand, if you're someone who doesn't want to build up a collection of, hundreds of bottles and you just want to have a couple scents that are going to work for everything, this video is going to help you discover those. So let's start off with tip number 1, and this one is very simple. And it is simply that you should smell as many different things as you can. And I know you're typing your comment right now. This has to be one of the dumbest tips ever. This should be common sense. Everyone should know this. And yeah, you would think that maybe this would be common sense. But the fact of the matter is that you'll have a lot of guys out there who think they can go smell 2 or 3 different things and immediately find their signature scent. You may get lucky, you may find something that you really love, but really a lot of times you're going to have to do a lot more research and smell many different things than that. There are so many different types of scents out there, and you really have to go through and try a bunch of different things to really land on the scent that you truly love. And you have to come to the acceptance that you're going to be wearing this scent potentially every day for a lot of different situations. So don't think it's as easy as going to your department store and smelling all that they have there and then thinking you're going to land on your signature scent. Sometimes that may work. Other times you may have to branch out further than that. So make sure you keep that in mind. Tip number 2, this one is very important, and that is when you are testing these different fragrances, you must spray them and try them on your skin. Ditch the tester strips. Ditch just spraying it up in the air and smelling it and think you have a good idea of what it smells like. You got to wear these on skin and you have to test them thoroughly. A fragrance sprayed on paper or clothing first on your skin is going to smell a lot of times completely different. You don't experience the whole thing unless it's really on your skin, because at the end of the day, you're probably going to be wearing it on your skin and not carrying around a tester strip with your favorite fragrance sprayed on it throughout the day. You might end up in the situation where you try a fragrance on paper for the first time and you think you love it, and then when you get that fragrance home and you apply it to your skin, maybe you don't love it so much. This one is kind of a rookie mistake, but I've even done this before in the past as well, where if I'm in a hurry, I spray it on paper, I'm like, ooh, that's either really good or not so great, and once I actually get it on skin, my opinion is completely different. So this one is imperative, guys. Make sure you're trying these on your skin. The third thing you need to take into consideration here is affordability. This is a key one, and a lot of guys out there may not think about this when they're initially going through and trying different things. When you take a look at it at face value, most designer fragrances at retail are going to cost around the same. And that's usually going to be anywhere from $80, sometimes as low as $70 depending on the brand and the bottle size, up to well over $100 depending on the brand and the bottle size. But most designers at retail are going to fall into that category, just that general spread. However, when it comes down to finding these on the gray market at discounters, authentic places like Fragrance Net and Fragrance X, there's going to be a huge differentiation between the pricing. For example, a Dolce & Gabbana fragrance goes for about $50 on discounters on average, depending on the scent, of course, and a Dior fragrance goes for usually still around $80, $90, $100 on discounters. And both of these touch around the same retail price. So there's a big difference there once you're talking discounters. So you can't say that, oh, affordability doesn't matter, they all cost the same. That's not true. I mean, sure, it's true at retail, but you don't want to be paying retail if you can avoid it. You got to look on discounters, find the kind of average discounted price that you can grab it for, and then factor that into your consideration when you're looking for your signature scent. Is this something that you're going to afford to be able to repurchase multiple times? Because if you are going to be wearing it often, you're going to run through it pretty quick. You're going to have to buy another bottle and another bottle and another bottle. Do you want to spend $120 each time you need a new bottle, or would you be more comfortable spending $40, $50 each time? That's going to add up, and it's something you need to think about. Fourth tip is you need to broaden your horizon and experiment. you need to try and look at different types of scents. Of course, normally you're going to be in the fresh category for the signature type of scents, but there's also other subsets of this fresh category. You know, you've got aquatics, you've got citrus aromatics, you've even got aromatic fougères, a bit more of a classic approach, right? There's all of these different genres, and you need to make sure you're looking through all of them. If you like aquatics and you're only looking at aquatics, you're missing out and leaving a lot of good other fragrances on the table. And on the other hand, if you really only like super strong citrus fragrances and you don't like things that are aquatic or things with a bit more of a fougere lean, you need to try those as well, because you may end up loving them and you may realize that you've been missing out on your signature scent all along. So it's imperative that you guys experiment and broaden your horizons and just try different things. The fifth trick I have for you is you just need to find what works with you. What smells amazing to you? What is a scent that when you spray it on, you just feel 100 times more confident? You feel like you're ready to go out and conquer the day. You just feel more outgoing. You feel more motivated. It's just something that you enjoy the smell of. At the end of the day, that's what you need to find. That's what you need to look for. Don't settle on some random fragrance just because it's gotten a lot of hype or because it smells okay to you, because I can promise if you keep looking, you're going to find something that blows your mind, and it's worth the wait to find something like that, especially if you're going to be wearing it all the time. It may seem overwhelming, it may seem like there's just so much out there that you're not going to find it, but if you keep doing your research and you're diligent about it, you're going to land on something that you love, and that's very important. And the sixth tip I have for you today is you need to take performance and versatility into consideration when looking for your signature scent. A lot of times you're going to want something that will last you through a school day and or a work day. Everyone works different hours, and this is very much a gray area, but kind of on the average spectrum here, you're going to want something that lasts at least 7 or 8 hours. A lot of people work 12-hour shifts. Sometimes it can be a bit harder to find a fresher type of fragrance that lasts 12 hours, so you got to understand that there are going to be trade-offs, but that's something to keep in mind. Performance is going to be a big factor. Versatility is also going to be a big factor. Is this something that you can wear in spring and also in winter and summer and fall? Or is it something that's just straight up for summertime? Or, on the other hand, is it something that's just more of a heavy winter fragrance that's not going to work good in summer? That's something else you have to take into consideration as well. And again, this comes through testing, this comes through trial and error, especially with performance. You got to make sure that you spray it on your skin, you let it last through the ability that it can, and you also back it up with a few extra tests. Don't spray it on your skin one time and conclude that it only lasts 5 hours and then write it off. It could be a skin chemistry thing, it could be an olfactory fatigue thing. You need to at least test it a minimum of a few times to really get some solid data on how this one is lasting on you. A lot of guys jump the gun and they write it off too quickly. You have to slow down, you have to fully test it thoroughly, and then you'll find the answer you're looking for. So guys, that's going to do it for me. That was 6 tips and tricks that you can use to discover your signature scent. Hopefully this video helps you out a little bit and gives you some ideas if you're out there looking for something that you can wear every day for any situation. These are some guidelines that you can put into effect when you are searching for that. And remember, if you want to grab any fragrances out there, you need to shop at discounters to save some money. I will link discounters down below, and I will also link a few of my favorite signature scents down below just to kind of give you an idea. These are going to check off all of the boxes in this video, at least for my personal criteria. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.